We agreed that at the level of representatives, assistants, and other officials, we will continue contact with the Americans, in particular with these two people, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Whitkoff and former U.S. Presidential Advisor Jared Kushner, who came to the Kremlin today. As for a possible meeting at the presidential level, it will depend on the progress we are able to achieve along this path, as we work persistently and diligently through the assistance of representatives of the Foreign Ministry and other departments.
Initially, the media reported on some 28 points of Trump's peace plan. Then it was reported that they had been reduced and changed. How much of this list has been preserved in principle, and how many points can we talk about?
You know, if you are only interested in the points, there was a document containing 27 points, which was sent to us, and we read it, of course. However, we did not work on the wordings, and there were no discussions with our American colleagues on this matter. Then we received several more documents, 4 documents to be precise, which were also discussed today at the meeting between our President Whitkoff and Kushner.
Tell us, the main issue is probably the territorial question, right?
I mentioned it among the issues that were discussed. It is, of course, the most important issue for us and for the Americans as well.
In what context was it discussed? Was a compromise solution found or not?
No compromise solution has been found yet, but some of the American proposals seem more or less acceptable, but they need to be discussed. Some of the wording that was proposed to us is not suitable for us. So the work will continue. This is indeed one of the most important issues.
Could you elaborate? You said that you agreed with some things and disagreed with others. Could you tell us, for example, what you agreed with?
You understand. We agreed with our American colleagues that we would not disclose the details of the negotiations. This is quite logical. The talks were completely closed and secret. And, of course, as far as I know, our American colleagues have now gone to the embassy, where they will report to Washington. Then they will go to Washington and report personally to President Trump on what they discussed with President Putin in the Kremlin.
And they won't go to Kiev?
They did not promise us that they would go to Kiev, but they promised that they would return home to Washington.
Kushner is a new face in the negotiations. Was it possible to establish contact with him?
You know. Yes, he is, so to speak, a new face, but he has worked very fruitfully in the Middle East together with Whitkoff. As you know, the achievements of the peace settlement in Gaza are not only the work of Whitkoff, not only of other representatives of the United States, but also of Jared, of course. And now he has been involved in the Russian-American and Ukrainian case for some time, and, as far as I understand, has taken an active part in preparing the documents that were handed over to us.
Could you elaborate? You said that there was a 28-point plan, and that 4 more documents were handed over in Moscow. What are these 4 documents?
I cannot disclose the essence of these documents. I said that they all concerned the long-term peaceful settlement of the crisis in Ukraine. At first there was one version, then this version was revised and instead of one document, 4 appeared. I simply cannot say more.
Was the position of the Europeans discussed in any way, including their so-called alternatives?
Our president naturally assessed the destructive actions that we see on the part of the Europeans in the context of regulation. Something like that.
Do you think that, following the negotiations, we are closer to peace or further away?
Not further away, that's for sure, but there is still a lot of work to be done in both Washington and Moscow. This has been agreed upon, and contact will continue, as I said.
Is the timing clear?
Our colleagues will return home and discuss the issues that were raised today, and then, I believe, they will contact us by telephone, and we will continue the discussion.